I hope you're having a great day and I hope you're staying safe at home. Today I want to talk about something. It's a problem that plagues millions of people, all of us. There is not a single person in the world who does not have bad thoughts. Okay, we may be really good and enlightened at handling them and at diffusing them, but every single human being goes through bad thoughts. Thoughts of fear, anxiety, worry, chronic stress, emotional, all of that stuff. Kids, everyone. So I think anyone trying to advise you that stop your thoughts from coming or try to stop your negative thoughts, it's useless. That's the worst advice you can ever get because it's not possible. You know, a couple of years ago I spoke to a teacher who teaches Vipassana. She does the 45-day courses of Vipassana. Okay, and she told me that, Luke, sometimes I walk out from my meditation after 45 days of meditating, okay, and the first thing that hits me are negative thoughts. So you see, it can hit anyone. But what do we do about them? How do we handle them? Because negative thoughts can become like cancers. Literally, you have one small negative thought, and the more you feed it, it starts growing more and more. And it starts growing into stories, into illusions, and most negativity or negative thoughts never really become reality. It's just our minds making it bigger and bigger. You've heard of the saying, don't make a mountain out of a molehill. That's exactly what happens to negative thoughts. The more we feed them with attention, the more we think about those negative thoughts, we give it more power to grow and grow. Well, here's the science behind it and here's how it works. Okay, there's a saying in neuroscience that neurons that fire together, wire together. What does this mean? Okay, so if we're going to try to think about a happy thought, if I'm going to ask you now to think about a happy memory, okay, you're going to think of a memory, and then to make that memory really relate to us and to feel or relive that moment, we're going to keep adding thoughts to that memory. So if I'm thinking about my last holiday on the beach, now I'm going to add who was with me, what did we do, what are the fun things we did, what's some of the yummy food we ate. So you see, what we're doing is we're building a neural circuit. Okay, neurons that fire together. So if I'm going to have a bad thought right now, I remember a bad thought, and I keep thinking about it, the neural circuit is going to grow bigger and bigger. So those thoughts which become bigger and bigger images in our mind or pictures are called neural circuits. So we have neurons that fire together. So we have several things that form a thought, and then those fire together, and then that becomes your neural circuit. So today, for example, if I tell you that take 2 of these pills and your hair is going to grow better, the name of this pill is X. Pill X will help you grow your hair. So now you've processed everything that Luke said. There's a pill, it's called Pill X. It's going to make your hair grow strong. Okay? All of these thoughts have fired together and wired together into a neural circuit. The neural circuit is, Luke said, there is a pill X that when you take it, your hair grows stronger. So that's a neural circuit. Now the more I think about it, the more I'm going to start getting convinced. Should I buy this pill or should I not buy this pill? Okay, so that neural circuit is already in your subconscious mind. It is already there. It's a neural circuit that there is pill X that Luke said you take it and your hair grows. So that's just a simple example. There is no pill X. But think about everything that you think about on a daily basis. It's forming a neural circuit. So think about this. Multiplication tables. How did we learn multiplication tables in school? 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. Okay, so 2 multiplied by 2, these are neurons firing together and wiring together. 2 multiplied by 2 equals 4. That's a neural circuit. 4 multiplied by 2 equals 8. Neural circuit. It's wired and it's a neural circuit in our mind which we can never ever forget. Okay, so now just think about it. Every time there's a happy thought, that's good. Let's talk about the negative thoughts. That's what the video is about. So we take a negative thought, okay, and we think about it. It forms its neural circuit in our mind. We keep thinking about it, the neural circuit gets stronger and stronger, which means it automatically becomes our reality or a thought that we think more of every single day. So this neural circuit, the beauty is it can be broken. Okay, between every neuron there's a synapses. It's like a bridge. So between our neurons we have transmitters, dopamine, serotonin, all of these, dopamine, serotonin, endorphins. All of these are neurotransmitters that travel across these bridges to make sense of the connection. So if I have a negative thought, why do I feel low? Why do I feel sad? Why do I feel anxious? Because the neurotransmitters that carry this, okay, react to it. So my dopamine falls, I lose focus, I have more anxiety, I don't feel pleasure. My serotonin falls, I can't feel good because the action, the thought is a bad thought. But if I think a good thought right now, my dopamine goes up, my serotonin, and I feel good. So you see, this neural circuit determines how we feel. Now there's something in the brain that the brain also does called synaptic pruning. Okay, and that's very important for us because a lot of us have already possibly created hundreds and thousands of neural circuits. Some of them are good, some of them are bad, some of them are positive, some of them are negative. It's in your brain, so you can't stop the negative thoughts. Every time you see a person, whether you like that person or not, that neural circuit will get activated. Every time you get an ailment or a reminder of a symptom of a disease you have or something that you had, your neural circuit is going to be activated. But what synaptic pruning means the brain has the ability to rewire these neural circuits, which means I can change my neural circuit from a negative to a positive. That's one way, and I'm going to teach you how to do that. The second way is, what you don't use, you lose. So if you stop thinking about a couple of thoughts that you had when you were a kid, or you forget about certain things that you don't want to remember, guess what? The neural circuit breaks. Okay? That's called synaptic pruning. Okay? Your brain is constantly doing synaptic pruning. Why? Because your brain, think of it as a computer chip. It can only hold so much. How do we know this? How many of us go through the feeling that there's too much on my brain right now? I just feel clogged all the time. I'm so stressed, I can't even think clearly. I have so much of brain fatigue. Why? Because there's an overload in your brain. There are so many neural circuits which are activated and stimulated. Your brain can't handle the overload. So the symptoms are fatigue, nervous breakdown. Okay, then we need to numb the pain. Some of us drink alcohol, some of us take drugs, some of us start over-socializing, some of us use mindless sex because we're just trying to numb the load. But those neural circuits are real, which is why when we sleep, we have something called a lymphatic system, where your brain shrinks to about 60%, and your glial cells or your glial cells do something called synaptic pruning. They clean out all the neural circuits that are no longer being used. The same way in our body, we have to clean out the dead cells. We have to clean out cells which are dying, toxic cells. Okay, so that happens when we sleep, that happens when we're fasting. Your body has the ability to clean out all of the dead cells, which allows new cells to grow. If I can't clean out the dead cells, I don't create space for my stem cells to grow new cells. That's why overeating becomes a problem, overindulgence becomes a problem, not leaving gaps between your meals, not fasting, late night meals. This doesn't allow your body to clean out the debris. And then you don't allow new cells, which your body is constantly manufacturing, to happen. The same thing with the brain. If we're overthinking all the time, we can't sleep because the body can't rest. And that is the importance of sleep. Let's relate to this. Ever had a night of complete, deep, quality sleep? You wake up and you can think so clearly. How can you think so clearly? Because your body's cleaned out all of the neural circuits that are no longer required. So it's left more space for new cells to develop, more space for new neural circuits to develop. But ever wake up, you sleep and you wake up and you're confused, you're groggy, you can't think right, you're fatigued, you need more coffee, all of that stuff clearly tells you that there's an overload in your brain. Your brain didn't clean out the debris. So there are two ways. One is rewiring your neural circuits, and one is what you don't use anymore, which is why it's so important for us not to focus on thoughts that don't serve us anymore. We can't be thinking, if you're 35 years old, you still can't be thinking about the girl who said something to you or the boy who broke up with you when you were 12 or 13 years old. Because every time you think about that, you are activating and keeping that neural circuit activated, which is taking up space in your brain and energy in your brain, and it serves you no purpose. You can't keep thinking about what someone said to you, what your husband went on about, what your wife went on. At some time, we have to break that. We don't use it. It's like a muscle. You use it, okay, you grow it. You don't use it, you lose it. You don't use your bones, you lose it. It gets brittle. You have bone density problems, osteoporosis. That's how the human body is made. You don't use your brain, you start using it. You start forgetting it, you have memory issues. These are all neural circuits. So now, which are the neural circuits you choose to keep, and which are the ones that you should forget about? Sometimes you can't always forget it. Let's go to the second tip. Okay, number one. Let's say I have a negative thought coming up now that, I have a pain in my knee. Okay, and now I start thinking, well, I need a knee replacement. Do I need to take more, steroids or painkillers and all of that stuff? How will I walk? How am I going to age? You see that one thought or that one pain stimulated a negative neural circuit. Now I can start changing it and rewiring it by doing this. So I get the thought because I got pain in my knee. And now before my mind starts moving into negativity, yes, there's a knee pain. Yes, it worries me. Okay, but I changed the wiring. Instead of letting the negative spiral pull me lower and lower, I say, yes, there's a pain. I don't like it. It's not good. I may not be able to walk, but if I start eating well, or I take my omegas, I check my D3 levels, I start moving, I start losing some weight, I'm going to feel better. What I've done is, I've taken the same negative thought, but I've changed the rewiring. I have changed the rewiring. And if I keep doing this every time that pain comes, guess what? There's a new neural circuit which now replaces the old one. Okay? I'm in a bad relationship. Example. Okay? My wife keeps annoying me. My aunt keeps annoying me. All of that stuff. So every time I see them or they say that, my negative thing, oh, what am I doing in this relationship? It's dragging me down. I'm never happy. Okay? You're reinforcing your same neural circuit that creates the same negative feelings. But, yes, okay, I don't feel good. I don't like this. I don't like the way I'm treated in my relationship. But I can do this. I can do this, I can be a better person, whatever it is. I'm changing, I'm rewiring. All I'm doing is rewiring because the old neural circuit is not serving me any purpose. So you understand, we can keep feeding the neural circuits that don't serve us anymore, and that creates more. Okay, I got a cancer. Right now, everyone said it's 4th stage. Oh no, I'm going to die. Let me Google. Everyone saying I'm going to die. You've just reinforced a neural circuit in you. Okay, and you're going to feel that way. Yes, I see all of that. It's 4th stage. My doctors have warned me it's aggressive. I may die. But my body has the intelligence to heal me. I'm going to get onto a good diet. I have the best doctors. I have the best family support system. And by doing all of this, I think I am going to overcome this, and I will overcome this. All you did was rewired a negative neural circuit. So if you can get into this practice of every time you have a negative thought, don't try to push it away. There are millions of people still trying to meditate. The moment they close their eyes, they try to push away the negative thoughts. That's not meditation. That's a waste of your time. Meditation is allowing the thoughts to come, observing them. When you give it enough of, witness, you witness the thoughts, and then you come back to the breath. So they come up again, and you come back to the breath with practice over and over again, and then the thoughts disappear. Let me give you another example of a neural circuit. Why do they say practice makes you perfect? When you're learning the piano, or you're learning a new exercise, or you're trying to make a new habit, the more you keep practicing it, the more it becomes part of your lifestyle or a habit. What is that? In short, it's a new neural circuit. So getting up and brushing your teeth every morning is a new neural circuit that you've developed when you were a kid. And today you'll do it without a reminder. It's a neural circuit. If I want to break that habit, I will wake up and I will not brush my teeth for 10 to 12 days. Maybe I'll get through half of my day. And guess what? You'll have a new neural circuit where after a while you'll wake up in the morning and you won't remember to brush your teeth because you formed a new circuit. So you see, there are two ways of handling negativity, and it comes with practice. There are people who will practice it and do it. There are people who will continue to complain, blame, and live a miserable life. Choose to be the first person. Every time those negative thoughts come, you can feel them. They're real thoughts. They're your emotions. But then never let a negative thought spiral further than necessary. Break it at that point and move it into a positive. Okay? That right now, where at COVID, there's uncertainty. I may lose my job. If I lose my job, I may not have money. You're starting a spiral. But I still have a skill. There are millions like me who have the same problem. What can I do right now? Can I focus on my health? Can I focus on a new skill? Can I start a new business, maybe online? So you've moved from a negative to a positive, and now you've created a new neural circuit that serves you. So you see, you can't meditate negativity away. You cannot do that. And you can pray and eat foods that boost your brain health and reduce your anxiety, but no. The final work has to be done by you, because the circuit is real and there's no food that breaks it, there's no prayer, there's no chant. Okay, these are all great things for you, but you still got to do your homework. You still got to do your homework and put in the effort of being mindful, so that every time that nagging thought comes into your mind, how are you able to change the rewiring of it? So two ways, let me remind you once again, by moving a negative to a positive. Yes, this is bad, but, and you make it positive. And the second one is try not to think about those thoughts. The more you don't think about a thought, it stops coming all the time. Do you remember all of your childhood thoughts? No. You only remember the ones you choose to, because you choose to nurture, energize, and give more focus and attention on those neural circuits. So when we say change your mindset, it means break the old mindsets by not thinking about it or by rewiring it. And when that becomes a more solid neural circuit in your brain, your behavior and your feelings are a result of the neural circuits that you use the most, you give attention to the most, and you put more energy into it. So you're putting energy into the wrong neural circuits, you have the wrong stuff in your life. You put it the right way, and you have the right stuff in your life. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep. And what I'm telling you is simple. It doesn't cost you money. But that's the problem, because everything that's simple and doesn't cost you money are the things that human beings don't use. You will continue to look for the more complicated things, the more expensive things, because guess what? That's a neural circuit as well. You think that only complication in today's life solves you problems. Only the most expensive products gives you the best. But we should never forget simplicity. This is the simplicity of the brain. This is a mechanism that is inbuilt in us to handle everything. Until we push our body and our brain beyond a set point, then we got to go back to simplicity, not complication. Have a great day, everyone.